Hey, GPD family. I hope everyone is hanging in okay and doing well. Wanted to take just a few minutes to kind of give you all a reminder. It's something we all know, but I just felt like it was such an opportune time just to kind of remind everybody of it. Sitting here, obviously, just moments after the 20th anniversary of 9/11, and September being National Suicide Awareness Month. And then obviously just with all the events that have taken place in our nation and what happened in Afghanistan, I felt like it was a really great time to remind everyone that none of you are alone. None of us have to fight battles on our own. None of us have to face things on our own. If we feel like we have no one else, we at least have each other. And we've got a family here that might not always be perfect, but I think that we all do our best to care about one another. So I just really wanted to take a second and kind of break down each of those things. I know with everything that happened with Afghanistan, those of you that are veterans, I can't imagine how that must feel to you and how it would just make you question things and get frustrated about things. And I feel probably a whole other range of emotions that I don't even understand. Military is something that I'm definitely not as familiar with, but I am here and interested in your stories. And one thing that I can guarantee from how I have seen you all operate here day to day is that what you did in Afghanistan and what you're doing now and what you did in any branch of military service mattered, and it still matters today. The way that you all give of yourselves to protect others matters so much. And with the anniversary of 9/11, I saw some memes, I guess, floating around Facebook with that 20 years ago, you all were viewed as heroes, and that it seems like everyone has forgotten that. And I can't imagine how that must feel to just feel like people don't view you in the same light, to have even just felt hated over the last year and a half, to feel maybe even too like maybe some of that is in vain, and that all of your work as a first responder maybe isn't valued and appreciated. And none of that is how people want to feel, and none of that is something you want to carry around with you every day when you come to do a job that is so difficult. But you're not alone in walking that road or feeling that way. You're not having to try to fight that on your own. You've got a whole group of people that are all here. And with it being Suicide Prevention Month and Awareness Month, I know a lot of us would say, well, I would never get to that point. But how close have maybe we gotten? How dark of a day have you maybe had? How difficult of a week have you had? How big of a struggle have you found yourself in that maybe you were just a few steps away from suicide even being a fleeting thought? But that's not something that I ever want anyone to feel like they have to hide or have to struggle with on their own. It's something that it's so important for us to remember to talk, and that we have people we can talk to. You all know that my office is always a safe space, whether it's for you to come in here and close the door and talk to me, or if you need to come in here and close the door and talk to each other, if you need me to get out so that you can have that space. This is a space where things that are said stay, and nothing's going to go out of here. And that if it's a situation I don't understand, I'll do my best to listen. I always enjoy getting to hear from you guys and getting to learn more about what you do, how you're feeling, how I can help you. And those of you that are veterans, lean on other veterans. Find people that understand what you're feeling, that understand what you're going through. I know Gaynor and Alawar have an office that they said they would be happy to let you come in there, close their door, and talk about what's going on. There are people here that can relate and can get it. And if people don't fully understand, I promise they're going to do their best to support. So I would just encourage you guys to be bold enough to share. Don't hide things inside. Don't let things boil up inside of you to where they just really negatively impact you, but talk to somebody. And then if you're in a good place and you're not in a place that you need to talk about something, check on your people. Check on somebody that might need to hear something you have to say. Tell your story that might impact someone and help them to maybe be brave enough to tell their story. we've all really got to be in this together. And it's so important that all of us have somebody that we can just be 100% fully ourselves, raw emotion, all the messy, crazy stuff in front of, because if we have to always put on a certain face, it gets really old and tiring. So if I can be that space for you, if one of the other chaplains can be that space for you, we are absolutely here. If you need to know of somebody else that you can talk to, if you want to talk to somebody outside of the agency, we can get you set up with that too. But I just hope that we can all just band together in times like this, that we don't have to feel alone, and that you all just know that whatever you're feeling, it's real, it's validated, and it's important because you're experiencing it. And we don't want you to have to do that on your own. So I love you all, and keep doing what you're doing, keep working the way that you are, serving the way that you do. And I know that people see the good even when they don't want to talk about it. Love you all.